welcome to the Stogie Nation. What's going on, everybody? Stogie Moose here. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about me and how I got into cigars and my journey with them so far. As always though, if you're new here, please be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We don't want you to miss any of them juicy cigar tidbits we got here in the Stogie Nation. So, no sense in beating around the bush here. Who is the Stogie Moose? Well, as I'm sure you surmised, that's not my real name, and I don't use my real name for a couple of reasons, which we'll get into here in just a minute. Before that, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about me. I know some of these guys that make videos out there, even if it's not cigar related, you never know anything about them, and sometimes it can make the video seem a little less personal. And while this is a journey that all of us are going on together, I want you to know a little bit more about me. So I'm going to tell you a few facts about the Stogie Moose himself, and then I'll get into how I got started in the world of cigars and go on from there. Right, straight to the good stuff. Fun facts about the Stogie Moose. I am married. I have been for 5 years. I've been with my wife for going on 10 now. I have a son. He's 3 years old. And I have another child on the way. Not sure what it is yet. We will be finding out here in the next 2 weeks, I think. 3 weeks. Something like that. Not soon enough. We want to know. Anyway. I've got a kid, and I've got another kid on the way. Currently, my family and I live in the greater Birmingham area of Alabama, though we're not from here. My wife and I spent most of our lives down in South Florida. I spent most of my years in the Fort Lauderdale area. After I graduated high school, I joined the U.S. Navy, and I served in the Navy from 2006 until 2012. And after I got out, we moved here because I found a good job. Currently, I work for a large natural gas company, and I work as a control room operator, so I work rotating shifts. That is a lot of the reason why my uploads with you guys is kind of staggered and not really all that consistent. Sometimes, some weeks I'm on nights, some weeks I'm on seconds, some weeks I'm on days, some weeks I'm not on at all. So it makes uploading a little bit difficult, it makes filming difficult because I do have a family and a job, and all of those things, as many of you probably know, are very demanding. And this is indeed just a hobby for me. So priorities are priorities, but you guys are definitely a priority, and I do my best to make sure that I can film as much for you as I can, and will continue to do so. So aside from cigars and pipes and other premium tobacco products, I do have a few more hobbies. Those include playing the guitar. I do enjoy making things out of paracord, hence the bracelets you always see me wearing. And I also enjoy a fine collection of Rubik's Cubes. Yeah, nerdy, I know. But I enjoy them. I can't help it. I just like them. Alright, now I would like to tell you guys a little bit as to why I'm choosing to stay as anonymous as possible. Why I'm not using my real name, even though I'm showing my face. Well, there's a few reasons for that. First one is my job. Like I said before, I work for a very large natural gas company, and they are very, 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 very anti-tobacco. So I'm not sure they would really take kindly to me creating and curating a YouTube channel and Instagram page devoted directly to tobacco products. Now, I don't think I'd get fired over it, but I'm not trying to get on anybody's shit list. So that's why I'm choosing to stay anonymous. Another reason is my wife and close friends are the only ones that know I smoke cigars or pipes. My family, outside of my family here with me, especially my parents, are extremely against it. Now, yes, I am a grown-ass man and I can do what I want, but I also really want to maintain my relationship with my family. It's a very good one, and I don't want any rifts. I don't want any issues. I don't want it to always be a lecture or anything like that every time we go to see them. So I choose to keep that a secret, for now, from my family. And then outside of that, I'm sure there's enough of my personal information out there on the internet. I don't really want any more than I have to. So while I love you guys that are watching these videos, you don't really need to know my first name and my last name in order to enjoy these videos. So that's why I choose to stay as anonymous as possible. Okay, now on to the good stuff, the juicy stuff, the awesome stuff, the amazing stuff. Cigars. How did I get into them? Well, my first one, I can't tell you what it was. It was a long time ago. It was well over 10 years ago now. I was overseas, couldn't tell you what it was. I'm sure it wasn't maintained properly, and I'm sure it was probably dry, and it was probably a cheapo, but at the time, it was amazing. It was a beautiful respite, and I really enjoyed it. I couldn't tell you what it was, but I definitely remember the moment and the people that I was with at the time. And that's one of the main reasons we all smoke cigars, the camaraderie of it all, and the enjoyment of it all. And when I was overseas, it definitely helped. So since my first one, it's been pretty few and far between. You know, somebody would bust one out at a retirement party or a wedding or something like that. But I went many years without regularly smoking cigars. I didn't start regularly smoking them or storing them and buying them until about just over a year ago, really. And that happened because, as I mentioned before, I make a lot of things out of paracord. Well, with my job, I work with a lot of truck drivers. And I made some paracord items for this one driver that comes in all the time. And instead of money, he decided to pay me with cigars. And I was okay with that. I really don't ever charge for the paracord items that I make. So the fact that he wanted to share something with me that he enjoyed, just like I wanted to share something with him that I enjoy. So I took them and smoked them, and I found that I truly enjoyed them. My palate had kind of come around to really enjoy the flavors that I was getting off of these things. So I just kind of stuck with it, and now here I am, big humidor full of stuff, and I'm even making videos about it. So that's it, really. I know it's kind of a short story and not really all that interesting, but it's mine nonetheless. So I want to know, how long have you been smoking cigars? What made you get into them in the first place? Goddamn cars always driving by. Anyway, why did you get into them, and why do you enjoy them, and why do you still smoke them? Let me know in the comments. I will see you in the next video, Stogie Nation. Peace.